Rose LeMay is my guest. She is the head of the Indigenous Reconciliation Group. She is in Ottawa today. Rose, thank you for taking the time for CTV. Your reaction?
Well, I think today is quite a sad day for all Canadians. Murray Sinclair was a hero for Indigenous peoples, and I like to think that he also is a hero for all of us. He brought this country to a place which I don't think we would be without his leadership, along with Wilton Littlechild, Marie Wilson. But I think most of all, we will remember him for his kindness, his ability to see through to our hearts and ask us to do better than even we thought was possible.
Yeah, I agree. You know, the notion that Murray Sinclair was very thoughtful, he was very kind, he was very compassionate, very measured in the way that he spoke and the arguments that he made. What do you think his legacy is going to be, Rose?
Well, I don't think I would be the only one to say that I think he is our Martin Luther King for this country. He saw something that none of us could even envision and brought us all along in that journey of reconciliation. That was a very difficult journey for him, as with the other commissioners. He put himself in front of thousands of survivors to hear their stories and bear witness to what happened through residential schools. And as Tanya Talega has mentioned, I can't imagine what kind of impact that would have on a human to hear all of that. And yet he still stood up in front of all of us and shared really a future where we could go together.
You know, he was born in the 1950s, as you know, and that was a time when Indigenous people in Canada, didn't even have the right to vote. Just to give people at home a sense of where things, were at when Murray Sinclair was born. To see him become a Canadian senator, become a judge as well, the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, all of those different points in his life. The message, do you think that sent to Indigenous people?
I think it sends a message of hope. He would have been in the same cohort as my grandparents, and many of us who are Indigenous will know those stories about when our grandparents got the right to vote. All of us got the right to vote in 1960. Murray Sinclair's book started with those 4 questions about where are we from, and I think even his life has showed that sense of trajectory and change, that we really have come a ways in this country. We have let go of some of the most racist things that this country's ever done. Really is not that in the recent past. And I'd really draw some strength from Murray Sinclair that he had lived through so much of that and yet had hope. I think that's what he leaves for all of us, is that sense of hope that now that we know where we are, perhaps we can still choose to do better together.
Rose, appreciate you taking some time today on this sad news. Thank you for coming on CTV with us.
Thank you.
Rose.